Hello, everybody, and welcome to the trash ripoff of Baited. No, but welcome to the Related podcast, where we're just going to talk about whatever and rip off Baited, because that's what we do, am I right? Alright, so, yes, today we're going to be talking about, first, the introduction to the podcast, and then, of course, our thoughts on 2016, considering
what's your name?
Hold on, considering it's 2017 and it just changed, and yes, my name is Lewis, or Luix, yes, and, with me I have... two very special people.
Hi, I'm Nathan Varner. I'm from this channel too. Thank you very much. And we also we have a newcomer to this podcast. It's Torey.
No, my name is Torey. I come from this channel, also known as The Good Lefty. I upload high quality Nintendo gameplays as long
That's the only time you actually have to go into your channel, though. Every other time you can just say, oh, hey, it's me, Torey, the good lefty. Because we don't need to go through a full description of our channels every time.
Oh, it's okay. Just some self-promotions.
Okay. Well, I mean, yeah, I guess so, right?
Well, anyway, I'm Torey from The Good Lefty. You guys can check me out. My link is in the description below. Thank you.
Just as well as everybody else is considering, stuff. And I have the stuff on screen as well. Yeah, you guys know this.
Don't forget stuff and things.
And stuff and things. Much.
Yeah. So, let's take the elephant out of the room. So nobody watches Baited anymore. So, we came up with the idea for this, way before...
we just wanted to make a parody because we're an original trash, so...
Yeah, so we came up with this, when Tommy C and Colossal were actually still in. So a lot of the jokes we're planning on doing for the podcast don't really work anymore.
Yeah, it doesn't matter, but the name is the only unoriginal thing about this podcast. Podcasts are original on their own, just inherently, because they're different people with different thoughts and different opinions. So no matter what, every podcast is different in their own way. Yeah, sure, our name is, it's a spoof of Baited, but that's not really the point. The point is that... we are our own people, and anybody that wants to listen, it's what it is. So,
all right. So, Torey, you have anything to add into that?
I have nothing to add into that.
All right.
All right. So, first things first. I don't think any of you guys know this, but yeah, me and Torey are talking again. I don't think that many people know that, but yeah, Torey and I had a fallout a couple months ago.
I don't think it was even a month ago. I think it was
it was pretty bad.
I don't know.
It was pretty bad.
It was in September.
If you want to talk about that, that's kind of the reason for the podcast.
Well, hold on, real quick. Nathan? Why don't you just explain the original idea behind this podcast? Because remember, you wanted to kind of
the original idea was I kept on hearing from Lewis and other people. I think it was basically just Lewis that it was me and Lewis are big fans of the pre-Baited podcast before anything for views, and it was basically just Colossal's Crazy versus Keemstar, and Keemstar would always be talking about Leafy and Grade, and we would always compare. For me, it would be Grade and Leafy would be Toaster 51, Tony, and Stride as Soap as Jailer Minded to No Paradise. And yeah, there's a couple of differences, but we're we should do a podcast.
Oh boy! Yeah.
Where it's because Torey is you're good friends with Tony and Stride, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm good friends with them.
Yeah. So and so was Colossal is Crazy. He was friends with Leafy and Grade. So it would be cool having a middleman in there, just if the entire
Who is
story.
the middleman?
I guess that'd be me or Torey.
You're more friends with them, and
you're kind of friends with everybody here, even Soap and Torey.
I'll be honest, I'm not trying to, I'm not trying to rub it in or anything, but I'm friends with everybody. I know there's some beef between some other people, but I feel as though I fit within every category.
No, you kind of do actually, which is good.
Yeah.
So you're kind of the middleman in this situation. I don't know. I'm just kind of to the side. I'm not enemies with anybody, so.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Just you've tried to stop talking to Soap and Tony a little bit more, haven't you?
Well, it's not necessarily that. It's more of just if I'm in a call with them, I'm in a call with them. Okay.
Yeah.
I wouldn't go out of my way to talk to them.
But with me and Tony, which I'll explain later in a separate podcast for this one. There's reasons why if I was on a podcast with either Strider or Tony, I would leave and. Because I just don't want to deal with that shit anymore.
Well, here's the thing, though. I mean, when it comes to your whole idea of clearing your name or whatever, which I know that's not really the reason.
I'm giving shit about clearing my name.
I know, I got that. But the thing is, none of them is going to watch this podcast, though. It's just like
I don't care. It's just I can tell everyone like, oh Nathan, you fucked your dog, right? And I'm like, yeah. I made a video explaining why the fuck those dipshits made that.
Well, we'll go into that later, though.
So, but yeah, let's just. I'll talk to you about like why me and Torey stopped talking and like why how it started, like why our friendship started declining. So.
Well, why don't you both talk about that? I mean,
I think Nathan should go first in this situation.
Go ahead. I mean, you guys.
I'll be honest.
Both of you can give
I don't
your
remember
side.
all of it.
Yeah, that's okay. That's okay.
So,
your memories will probably be triggered once Nathan starts talking about it. Anyway,
exactly.
What's really different between like me and Torey, because I've been having a lot of people like come up to me and go like, "So you hate Torey? You don't want to talk to him at all? You don't want to you banned him and everything?" No, that wasn't the case. Like I still commented on a lot of your videos, and I still appreciated the content you made, and it's just we weren't friends anymore.
And I still used your intro. So
yeah, and it worked the same way.
Oh no, the thing is,
we didn't hate each other. It's just
Torey's mature. He's not going to be like one of them freaking 12-year-old kids who's like, oh, well, you get an unfollow on Twitter. I'm unsubscribed. That's stupid. That's just stupid. It's like, oh, you made me a perfectly good intro. Why would I stop using it just because I have a little bit of a thing against you,
Yeah, it's just I stayed subscribed to Torey just as much as I even stayed subscribed to freaking Moronic and even My Nintendo Paradise, because if I don't subscribe for the person behind it, or else I would be unsubscribed from Drum Alert right now. I subscribe for the type of content they make.
Yeah, if it's enjoyable, that's that. Yeah.
I think that's why I unsubscribed from Toaster51. I think I might still be subscribed to him, but because he doesn't really make any content anymore. So
this doesn't explain why the thing happened in the first place.
Let me remind you that he actually did get he did get an Elgato for Christmas.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
I actually didn't hear about that. So, well, real quick.
I don't watch content that much, but I still want to support the guy, because like if that's what he's doing and he's doing it in a way that isn't freaking stupid, then might as well. You know what I mean?
Real quick though, I think it's probably a good idea for you to explain the falling. I guess your guys is falling out, and then why Torey's on the podcast. Like, just go transition from that. So go ahead.
I think you have to explain like why he was on the podcast is because like he's friends with Tony Stride.
That's part of it, but also just the fact that he's a third person. And, like, he has differing opinions. I mean, we all have slightly different opinions, which I think
makes it more interesting.
Yeah,
right.
It'll make it a lot more interesting than just me and Lewis just talking about freaking Nintendo news. We haven't done that in like...
Yeah, I gotta admit, those other podcasts weren't exactly the best. I do think it's gonna be better when we have more.
I listened to them.
All right. Yeah.
So what happened was I started to notice, honestly, like it falling out before like I even said anything. And what happened was I think you were sick at the time, Torey, and just before, like, you weren't talking to me like before, like, you were talking to me a lot more, but then, like...
Oh, over the summer, I talked to you all the time. You and Lewis were...
And then you stopped talking to me some of the times, and I was like, oh, well, what's the problem with this? And then I was all like, all right, well, I'll try to talk to Torey, see if there's anything, like if he doesn't want to be friends with me anymore, like, he doesn't want to, and talk to him about other stuff, too. But, like, that was, like, basically the main point. I called him, and he was sick. And I was like, you know what, Torey, I'll just, I'll just let you be,
let the dust settle.
Yeah, I'll just let the dust settle. You were cool. You were like, yeah, fine, I'll talk to you later when I'm not sick. And then, like, I was talking to you through text a lot more, and I still couldn't get in the call with you because you were busy with school and stuff. And, fucking, so, and then there was, like, that group you made, the whole My Nintendo Paradise, with
Dan's Game Zone. Lewis.
Yeah. All the there's no specific title. I've tried to. I tried to put a title. I think my favorite title for that group. Ah, crap! Hold on, real quick. My computer's decided
it has like 8 plays as part of it.
Yeah, it's just got about 8 people in there. I don't know.
Mm-hmm. And you added, and then someone added me to that, like, and I just saw a bunch of messages, and I saw that you removed me, and I was like, oh, that's kind of a dick move, and so I was all like, I'll tell Torey, like, hey, dude, can you add me back to that group? Like, why did you remove me? And I can't remember what your response was, Torey, but you did. And so I joined, and I realized Tony was in there, and I said, all right, well, Torey, if you either you remove me or you remove Tony. And you removed me, and that's when I just had it, and I think I cursed you out on Snapchat or something. I was really pissed, and
okay.
I think, from what I got from you, Torey, a lot of it you said was just a maturity issue.
So yeah, there was a huge maturity issue, and
at the time, at least,
I have seen a change. Part of it was. Tony. Now I understand the situation between you and Tony is kind of faded. I hope it has. We've all done some stupid things in our life. I've done probably a little more stupid things than you have. Nathan,
but I gotta point this out though. The consequences probably have not been nearly as bad as what Nathan has.
Yeah.
Because you both have done stupid things, but Nathan got the worst end of it. I guess.
This happened on September 27th, 2016. You said, what did I do? Blah, blah, blah. And I said, I removed you because there's too much friction between you and Tony, and my chat is designed to be a friendly place where people can play games together. I'm sorry if you don't like it, but I can't have some of the younger people in the chat be exposed to it. Either be the bigger person or move on from the confrontation between you and Tony, or continue to display your weakness by letting it get to you. It's really unhealthy, so I suggest that maybe talking to Stride elsewhere, maybe in a private chat. We don't need to know your problems, man. We already have enough to deal with in our own lives.
Mm-hmm. The problem with that is because that was a pretty long statement there, and I honestly I didn't read it all the way. And I think that's where I got mixed up. And after I started talking to you again, I went through and reread that message, and I'm like, oh shit, I got fucked up.
Yeah, you do read some things wrong. So I know I've noticed that sometimes I have to be like, go back and read the message, Nathan. It's
yeah,
you know.
But yeah, I think like if I just would have like reread that message, and really understood what you're trying to say. Like I still think it's kind of like stupid that's like it's supposed to be like a friendly chat, but yeah, you have Tony in there, and like
that goes towards opinion.
Well, also I'm gonna stop you right there. That's a good point. Tony is one of my best friends,
and he's also a conversation for another day.
Yeah, he's a topic for a different podcast, but. I would like to mention that he is a really good friend of mine. He's a really good friend of mine. He's a nice kid, in my opinion. We haven't gone through much. You know, you guys have your own little different situation. So the fact that you came into the chat, I felt like there was going to be something was going to happen. Because what happened in June with Tony in the Twitter drama, I wasn't part of that, but I heard some things, and I was like, all right, Tony and Nathan, it's like oil and water. I'm just going to have you guys separated.
Mm-hmm. All right, so the thing in June, that wasn't even in June. That was like 2 years ago in June. Like that was before I even moved into my new house.
No. That was this June because it was the Twitter drama over Quill plays. Copying Leafy is here, so. That Twitter drama.
I don't even know what the fuck you're talking about.
Nathan, Torey is extremely good with dates. Like, I was impressed. Like,
I don't remember anything about. Quill Plays, that's Ja, right?
Yeah, Quill Plays is Ja.
Quill
Z now. It's not Quill Plays anymore.
Yeah. So with that shit, I don't even go to his Twitter. I don't hate Ja. It's just I don't think he's that good of a person.
I do believe we should wait for all this community stuff for a later podcast. And I know I keep having to remind you, but I think we should just go back to you two.
Yeah. But okay, Yeah, you can continue, Nathan.
Yeah. So I don't remember at all any of me accusing I don't remember at all me accusing Quintel Ja or Quintel Quizzes Please, whatever the hell his name. I'm just gonna call him Ja. I don't remember ever of me accusing him of being a Leafy clone. I did accuse Ja's son, Mario Attic.
Nathan, you're still on the wrong topic. I meant finish about Torey, like the bit about Torey that you're talking about.
Yeah.
This has nothing to do with Mario Attic. I don't know.
This has nothing to do with the podcast.
I did mention him as being a Leafy clone, but that was a while.
Yeah, definitely not anymore.
I remember that about
everyone went through the phase of everyone went through it,
but so I don't know what you're talking about, honestly. That's what I'm just saying, like.
Well, what I'm saying is, I'll repeat myself. I'm saying that there was friction between you and Tony during the time of June 2016 when you guys had some beef over some Twitter drama involving Quill Plays. So, therefore, since I've noticed there was friction and also some past experiences, I did not think it was healthy for you guys to join the chat. That's just my.
I think that's respectable.
I don't know what Twitter drama you're talking about.
I don't think that really matters.
I don't think it really matters.
It doesn't matter because no matter what, there's still something there. Like, it doesn't really matter.
But it's just
also even if I somehow I know I have this correct, but if I somehow am incorrect, I know there's also past experiences that have conflicted your relationship with Tony. So that's all I'm going to say.
So fucking. All right.
That's funny because I have to mediate this conversation, which is funny, but
I
okay. Well, why don't you go back to the fact that it was a maturity issue, and right after you guys kind of cut ties, I guess.
Yeah. So I should have read the messages a little bit more, then I would have understood where he was coming from, and like, what's the big deal? I was already part of your freaking Discord chat, like with So I don't know why I even wanted to be in that group so bad. So
yeah.
And so all right, whatever.
From there, it was how long was that? Like until you guys?
I think it was like 2 or 3 months.
Maybe. 1 second. I'll be right back. 1 second.
All right. But
So
yeah.
So yeah, when Torey comes back, this is probably gonna
be. I'll just pause this real quick. So 1.
And we're back. Sorry about that, guys. What? So I want to get a good message. I want to get a message ready. So this is when so like after that I was kind of chilled. I was all like, all right, well, since I'm not talking to Torey, like there's no reason for me to even get frustrated right now. And there was one time when I think Lewis, you were gone for whatever reason, so I was talking to Jocelyn because like he's freaking cool, like. Mm-hmm. There's nothing bad about him, and he kept on getting a call from the same group, the My Nintendo Paradise one or whatever.
Yeah, or
yeah. And he kept on getting called about it, and because you guys changed your name so much, I thought that he was I thought that was a different chat. So I'm like, oh, why don't you just add me there? I don't want to talk. I don't care about talking to other people. And so I joined, and then that turned out to be your call, and then Stride was in there, and at the time, all right, I want to stop what I'm saying right here because this is fucking stupid. Yeah. So I was talking to Stride in there, and I kept on just leaving, and usually when that happens, it usually means that someone's kicking you. And so I'm like, so I kept on joining, and I heard like little fragments of pieces, so I didn't really hear the entire conversation, but what I did heard was just kick him from the whatever, and so I was pretty sure that it was Soap kicking me. And what happened, what was weird is before that I was actually talking to Soap, and this is the part where Soap's going to get really pissed if he listens to this podcast because he has been lying to Tony for a very long time. So,
how's he been lying to Tony? I'm just.
I don't think I've told a lot of people this except.
Okay, well, if it's gonna offend anybody, just make sure.
No. It's not gonna offend him. Okay. It's just like, oh shit. So I had this like when like the Discord groups came in, I was still friends with Stride a little bit more, and so I added him to this one group, and I was bored one day, and so I called it, and then he picked up, and I was like, oh, hey Stride, and we kind of started talking about that. It wasn't just like that. It was like we had a conversation about him being a Sonic tuber or whatever. But so like we started talking again, and then I talked to him again, and then he just stopped talking to me again. And I was like, what the hell? I called him up one more time, and then he was like, yeah, dude, what's up? And then I just kind of like vented to him about Tony like I usually do. And then he was like, oh, okay, yeah, cool. And then what he was telling me was just shit to, like what he usually does. And he's like, yeah, because he doesn't want to say his real opinions with Tony because he knows that if he does, then Tony will blow the fuck up and do something to him or something like that. Or he won't think he's friends with Tony. And Tony is a cool guy to like be friends with because he can get you places with other people. You know what I mean? Because I was friends with Tony for a very long time, and so but I'm not saying that's why. I want to get that straight. I'm saying that's why I think he was doing.
I'm not entirely sure what you're talking about though. What does this have to do with relevance of
Yeah, I'm a little confused.
Yeah. So I'm just saying this right now. So I was talking to Stride on and off again, and then he just fucking just stopped talking to me altogether, and then he hung up on. He hung up on me because he made a big noise and joined to call Tony, which is probably what happened, and then just stopped talking to me again. And then I joined because I'll tell you how this affects. And so when I joined that call with Jocelyn and Stride, and I heard all that shit Stride was saying about me behind my back, that's what really pissed me off, and not the fact that you said you were done with me. Torey, or like you're saying that how immature I was, and I just didn't understand what you meant by that at the time because you didn't want to talk to me at the time.
Yeah.
Not that, it was the fact that Stride could stoop so low to talk, to be friends, to make me think that I was friends with him, but then go behind my back and do that shit to me.
I'm a little confused how this has something to do with me though.
No. So
I feel like we should make a video about like just the general community and just relations and stuff later.
That's kind of what this is.
I don't want to make the video now. I think a lot of this can be saved.
What you're saying makes some correlation, but I am so lost right now. I can't even.
Why don't you guys
comprehend what you said?
Why don't you guys go back to how you guys started being friends again, and then we'll finish up.
Let me take the wheel. Let me take the wheel for a second. All right. So, it wasn't until yesterday, December 31st, when I saw Nathan's comment on my video, and I'm like, you know what, that was nice of him, just leave a comment. And so that's what I did, and I actually thumbs up this comment, and then I said, maybe Nathan has changed, and I feel bad because I go by this Christian saying, because I am Christian, forgive and forget.
It doesn't even apply to that. It's just it's a very, very good thing to do.
No, but that's the Christian way. You forgive and forget. You forgive and forget other people. Obviously, I'm not going to forgive and forget Osama bin Laden, but I'm going to forgive and forget people, who have done things in the past that, I've done things myself. I'm not going to lie. I've done some stupid things on this freaking place. That you guys have no idea about. Hope you guys don't find out.
It's just another time.
Exactly. And through that process, I was just like, all right, screw it. Let's just add them back on Skype. And I did. And, now we're talking again because I will admit I spent my summer 2016 with Lewis and Nathan. Just Lewis and Nathan. Just, and then fall came around and things changed a little bit, I was starting to get into school again, and then I met, I met Austin Tolan, Dan's Game Zone. And actually, I've known Dan for 2 freaking years, but it wasn't until recently when I actually found him again, and I'm like, yo, remember you're the gamer of time, and now Shoot Tutorial, now, we can talk over Skype now, we don't have to email each other, so... And then I kind of drifted away from you two. I mean, Lewis and I spend nights just talking for 3 hours straight about philosophical things, but
other than
that, I never, but other than that, I never really talked to Nathan, so you've missed a lot. Like, I've gone through a lot of bullshit in my life over the last couple of months. I haven't even talked to you about it because I was just so disgusted and I didn't want to talk to you. And not only that, I had Tony telling me, don't talk to Nathan. Don't talk to Nathan. Stride was telling me, don't talk to Nathan. Austin Cole's telling me, don't talk to Nathan. And then I have all these other people saying that Nathan is a troublemaker, blah, blah, blah. And then I go with my gut feeling. I'm like, maybe I shouldn't talk to him, but I kind of want to talk to him because I feel bad, and I know because I've been there too. So I add you back on Skype because I felt bad, and you missed. We didn't talk for 4 months, September 27th to December 31st. That's 3 months of just no talking.
Just silence. Yeah.
Silence. So
like. What pisses me off about that is you said Austin Tolan was saying that, and I haven't even talked to Austin Tolan.
I think he got because that's the word around the ship, dude.
Yeah, that's how it goes.
Well, once you hear someone, listen, if you're friends with like a good little group, right, and one of your good friends says, "Hey, hold on," like what Lewis said, all right. If one of your good friends says something, all right, you're gonna agree with it, all right. You're gonna if you have quick synapses, you're gonna agree with that. I'm a victim of that too. So,
and I know what you're saying, and that's kind of what made me mad too, is because I thought you were smarter.
I thought someone in the community last year, I brought it. He's coming back this year because I helped him out. Everybody hated him. No, it's not Crisis, but everybody freaking hated him. No one liked him. Everyone thought he was a little pest. Everyone bullied him. But I found him on Skype, and I said, listen, you and I are going to get in a call. We're going to help you with your channel art, and then you're going to make a new channel, and blah, blah, blah. And then that's what I did. But
I know who you're talking about.
Dude, we don't need to name names, but I'm just saying
I'm not going to name them.
It's the art of forgiving and forgetting after, like I said, both of you in this call need to listen to me right now, and everyone who's watching. Time heals all wounds. I don't care what it is. Someday, people will forget about 9/11. 9/11 will be an event that people won't remember.
Oh, yeah. It will definitely be like that when the next biggest terrorist attack happens.
Yep. So, you know what's going to happen?
That's horrible. I'm not going to joke about that ever again.
No, within the next 5 years, they'll drop a nuclear bomb on somewhere.
On America, Trump will...
something will happen.
Guys. I can deal with religion, but let's not do politics, all right?
All right. So
no, I'm talking. I'm not done yet. 9/11 will be phased out. So, like I said, time does heal all wounds. It may take a lot of time. That's why it's called time. It will heal all the wounds. That's why when you talk to somebody, right, and you get off on the wrong foot, you take some time and you just don't. Hey, if you walk by them in the hallway, just give them a little wave, smile, but don't go out of your way to talk to them. Just let them assume, and then when time heals that wound, you go back and then you get on the right foot. You know what I mean?
I want to drop a quick compliment, I guess, though, because I gotta say, when talking to Nathan, I mean, like if I were to go to him with a problem, the thing is, he's not gonna like sugarcoat it, or he's just gonna give it to me direct. It's like, this is what you need to do. Yeah, and
that's so stupid.
I've told you this before too. It's like, if I feel like I'm doing something wrong with my YouTube channel or something, and it's like, oh, well, I should probably get an opinion on this that's most likely not going to be what I'm thinking, I'll just go to Nathan. He's going to tell me direct. If it sucks, it sucks. Yeah. There's no sugarcoating.
Yeah, it's like Torey, like, you're a nice person. I know you are. But if Lewis went to you with like a problem or something, like,
well, no, he could help me.
Was like big.
If it was a personal thing, then it's probably different.
Yeah. But if you saw like a problem with the channel that you knew was big, like
Nathan, I wouldn't go to you with an emotional problem.
No, you wouldn't go to me with an emotion problem, but like,
probably go to me.
Let's go back to like Lewis's subbotting accusations. Like,
oh yeah, that.
Like that whole scandal.
Yeah. How long did you think that?
By the way, I'm not a fan of that whole thing because I don't know whether it's right or wrong. I don't know the answer to that whole.
Yeah, it's still an impossible question.
I don't. It's an impossible question. I can't dig any further. I don't know the answer to that. A side of me believes that he did use subbots. A side of me does believe he didn't. So I'm not gonna argue.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna kind of let it go because it's your old channel and you have a new focus.
Either way.
Let's
find out what Nathan had to say.
Let's let it go like a broken promise.
Oh, I know.
So what I was trying to say, Torey, is how long did it take you to actually tell Lewis that you thought he used sub-bots? Like, from when you thought he was using sub-bots all the way to when you told him. Like, how long did you...
It took me a while because I was sugarcoating it. And the thing is, like, I didn't want to be and honestly, like, I actually... Here's the honest truth. Here is the fucking honest truth, okay? I'm not going to sugarcoat this. When I was doing Shoot Tartorio, okay? I met Lewis, was it November 2014, I want to say.
Mm-hmm.
He had, like, I don't know, 500 subs. You know, he had great videos. You know, he had a camera and everything, but whatever. And you know, he was like the Kobe of the whole little community. You know, he knew what he was doing. Everyone's like, oh, look at Lewis. He does this, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, yo, Lewis, he's kind of cool. And I was like, oh yeah, Lewis. So I want to get your Skype, and I was like, oh, I want to talk to him, become his friend, and maybe if I become his friend, I'll get more subs, and I'll get more, I'll get more attention. I remember my brother telling me that.
Yeah, I think that was probably during my peak, like around when I was getting like 200 views a video.
Yep. Okay. Yeah, that was.
I had like 700 subs, 200 views a video, something like that. I don't know.
February 2015, my brother said, yo, I found this kid in the community, Lewis. I'm like, yeah, I know who Lewis is. He's like, yo, you should ask for like a shout out or something. I'm like, oh, whatever, fine, I'll do it. And then what happened was that Shoot Tartorio took off during spring, and I believe, Lewis, your channel started to take a dip after you took that break in May. So we were neck and neck, and you, me, and Jaden2602, we were the top 3 in the community for Let's Plays. I'm not gonna sugarcoat that. We were the
I would agree.
Oh, what about All Around Gamer?
Dude, you had I don't think you even have 50 subs on that channel. Okay. Yeah. Hold on. Okay.
I'll be honest. I wanted to kick your ass.
Well, that's competitive, friendly competitive.
I was really competitive, and the thing is, like, honestly, I look at you so differently now. But back then, I was like, all right, this kid, he has a camera quality. I have a capture card, and then it was acceptable to talk like this because everyone's like, oh yeah, man, like Let's Plays, we're in, dude.
It was like 2015.
Shit, man, and then all of a sudden, Lewis, your channel just fucking hit the ground and exploded like nothing. Just your channel just died. Okay.
Yeah.
And Shoot Tartorio was going okay until summer 2016, and I will admit, oh man, I fell flat on my face with that channel at the end, and I was like, all right, time for the good lefty. And then I was like, you know, maybe Lewis could help me out here. So Lewis. We started talking. 2016 was...
I think this is right about when I was starting to make the change, doing more commentary videos along with Let's Plays and all that.
Okay.
Yeah.
I have a question. What was the question about this whole thing?
6 came out. Sorry.
Hold on. I'm not done yet, Nathan. All right. So now going back to the whole sub-botting allegations, okay?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So let's bring it back to spring 2015 when I kissed Lewis's ass.
I thought you were just gonna say kiss Lewis. I'm like, wait, what? Oh, like I thought that was just the thing between me and Lewis that we.
Stop.
All right.
That's not even okay.
Okay. So, so there's a little sub-bot allegation going on with Jaden703. He was doing the Shootard Retorio thing at the time.
Oh, yeah,
so I was like, yo, Lewis has some experience with this kid. So
yeah, that was after the falling out. So
call up Lewis, and Lewis was like, yo, do you really think I use sub-bots? And I'm like, no, I don't think you do. No. And deep in my heart, I'm like, oh, this kid's fucking using sub-bots left and right. So, you know, I really didn't want to. I really did not want to tell you the truth because I was like, oh, maybe I won't be his friend. He won't like me or. And that's how it really was.
Mm-hmm.
And then until now, I will admit I still think you use sub-bots, but a part of me tells me that there was
used. I don't believe you think I use them anymore. Obviously,
used. Yeah. Used on Lewis Guy Gaming. It was pretty evident. I'm not gonna lie. You know, I remember checking your channel. It was probably around the time of February 2015.
Mm-hmm.
You literally gained 100 subs in 2 weeks. So
that's
just putting it out there,
about the most I ever gotten. Yeah, that time.
Yeah, I'm not trying to be a Mr. Oh, look, Mr. Oh, look what you did. How bad is you? No.
Well, I'll get to my side of things in a minute, but go ahead.
Yeah.
So then I was like, yo, maybe I want to stay friends with this kid. I'm not going to tell him the truth. But now that we're friends and we have talked probably over 100 hours, I can now tell you that I do think you did use subbots, and I do think you are what is that word? Guilty of using subbots.
Yeah. Okay, well,
used.
Yeah.
And a part of me does, because I, as a Let's Player, I did go through a sub burn, and that also happened too. So it's a double whammy. You use the subbots and you have the sub burn. So at that time, you were just getting 50 views per video, and then it was time for you to start up a new channel, and that's what happened.
Here's my side of things, because I think you're going to find this a bit interesting, and hopefully I'm able to strengthen my argument on things, because that's my idea here. So, first things first, we got to look at the Let's Play community in general. The Let's Play community had a drop-off around the time that, around the time that I had a drop-off, and along with that I was being inactive also. Beyond that, I was... I got a lot of inactive subs, and it was right at the end of my peak. I dropped off at that time, and then I was changing my content. I was inactive. People just didn't really care so much about Let's Plays anymore. I was starting to change my content, things like that. Beyond that, I got a shout out from Kobe. That was a big deal.
Okay,
but,
all right.
That was like when you...
Okay, hold on. I want to stop you. I know you're in the middle of talking.
I got 300 subs from that.
I forgot about that. I will admit I did forget about that, and that's also part of the sub burning.
Oh yeah,
that's what I was trying to bring up.
Subscriber burn is
not
big deal.
Talking. Yeah. That was a big. That was a big reason why.
Yeah, and I've had my channel for a while. If anybody was able to just look at the overall statistics of the nearly 4 years I've been on YouTube, never once will you see a spike that's like 100 subs in 2 seconds. You're never going to see anything like that. Not in the analytics at all. No. Even when Kobe gave me a shout out, which was the biggest time, I got 90 subs in the first day, but that was still over like 12 hours, aside from that, I kept growing, and from there it was like, all right. But I feel as though people come and go. Like someone subscribes, they watch a few videos, and then they forget about the person, and they get sub burned out. So,
yeah.
I just I'm still gaining subs now. I don't even upload, but I'm still gaining subs from like some of my other videos that are more popular.
I know what you mean. So, Lewis, can I say something real quick?
That's just my defense, but go ahead.
Yeah. So I know exactly what you're talking about, because I think if I can remember correctly, I was watching you since you had like 10 subscribers.
Yeah, you were only subscribed since 50, I think. So.
Yeah, I know I was your 50th because
right.
because I was having problems with my making my sub feed public. But I was finally able to make sub feed 50.
Oh yeah, back when I was giving people shout outs for subbing.
Yeah. So, but I remember looking like at your channel, I think almost every single day, and then I would see like how gradually you would grow.
Yeah, no, I agree. You have seen the gradual growth over time.
Yeah.
I think you're. I guess you could call yourself an eyewitness.
Yeah.
Like again, towards my case.
I personally,
a full scope of things.
Yeah. So I personally knew that you didn't use subbots, but I remember telling you when you were asking me like, how do I deal with these like accusations? I was like, Lewis, I know you. You do not use subbots. But right now, it looks like you do.
Oh yeah,
and that's where your problem was.
It was all the things combined: me getting a shout out, the drop off of the Let's Play community, me being inactive, and just the fact that people were subbing from the shout out. It's people come and go, and that's how it was. And I just had that drop off. That's my opinion.
Lewis, now, okay, this obviously will not get in the middle of our friendship.
Well, no.
If it does,
we're very open about this crap.
Yeah, we're really open about this. I want to ask you this question. I've never asked you this question before. Okay, so you seem to be mediocrely vague on this. I have a question for you right now, and I've wanted to ask you this question for I don't know, 2 years. I hate asking this question. Okay.
I don't mind though. Yes.
Did you ever use subbots?
At no point have I ever used them. The thing is, I don't even know how to be honest. Now, I will admit that I did a lot of the sub for sub stuff, and I've probably gained about 100 subscribers from that. And then I found out that you could actually get banned from YouTube for doing it, so I got all paranoid and stopped. So yeah, that was a big factor and things like that. So sub for sub, but I didn't do it for too long. That's the only thing I would actually admit to, because that's the only thing that actually I've done in my case. That's anything similar to subbotting.
There was no artificial sub bots coming from a different website.
No. Although I do believe there are quite a few fake people subscribed, but I mean, even PewDiePie said this. He's like, people. I'm sure there's a lot of subscribers that are fake on my channel, because there's weird psychopaths that are like, oh, I'm gonna just subbot this guy's channel, but I feel as though a lot of them were Jaden703. Now, the reason why I say this is because...
hold on, I want to stop you right there. I want to stop you right there. Torey had the same issue. Mm-hmm. Now,
well, he was messing with both of us.
Hold on, I'll tell you what happened. I'll tell you the real story, okay? March 2015, Jaden703. Actually, I'd like to take a little trip back to November 2000.
Trip back to memory lane.
This YouTuber named Josh Colton does gaming. You know what? I'll gladly send him the link to this podcast, because
tell him to skip to like 4001 or something.
He fucked with me so hard. Yeah. He gave me 40 fake subscribers.
Mm-hmm.
Fake sub account.
You told me about this.
Yeah, you've actually said this too.
I did. I told you this this spring. I called him up on Instagram. I said, "What's your Skype?" And he gave me a Skype. I got a hold of him on a call somehow, and I said, "Josh Colton, what I want you to do right now is I want you to share your screen." The kid was 11 years old.
Mm-hmm.
I was being nice to him. I didn't even swear or anything. Yell at him. He claims I was being a jerk, but I was being like this. I said, share your screen.
Call him and,
share your screen, and he shared his screen. And I said, go in the top right corner of your Google.
Oh no.
And I said, click on your account. All of a sudden, fucking 50 fake accounts just scrolling down like a Chef Boyardee can.
I think that's what Jaden703 did to me, though, because either that or whoever that kid was.
I said, you're busted. I caught you red-handed. What I said to him, I said, right now, what I want you to do is go on every single account and unsubscribe from Torey. Right now, do it.
Mm-hmm.
And he was confused as hell because
exactly, he was in shock. And I said, listen, you realize you're ruining my channel by this, because you got me to 100 subs. Thank you so much, buddy. But at the same time, those aren't even fucking real subs, so it doesn't even feel good. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So he got rid of, I don't know, 15 of them. So Torey had a solid 25 to 30 fake subs. And then that's by January 2015. Let's go to May 2015, shall we? When Jaden703, I mean, so many different names on YouTube, but I like to refer to him as Jaden703, okay?
Mm-hmm.
This motherfucker gave me a solid 30 to 40 fake subs, maybe 50. I'll be safe at 50.
Mm-hmm.
And he comes up to me and he says, "Oh, yo, your channel's doing great, man. Keep it up." And I said to him, oh my god. So it said Sonic Man something. I know, I'm using your channel.
I didn't even sub myself on that channel. So.
Sonic Gamer or whatever, some stupid cliche name.
Super Sonic Man 456.
You know what the profile picture was? It was a picture of him. I took a screenshot of the account. I cropped it and I sent it to him. I said, "Undo this right now, you fucking."
Yeah.
I don't want to say that. I don't want to say the word.
N-word.
Oh yeah. And he said, "Oh," and I said, "This is it. We're done." And he said, "No, don't do this to me, please. No."
Yeah, you're cutting out.
I'm sorry.
All right, you're good. You're good. Now.
And he got all scared. Like I was in a call with him. I said, "What have you done to my channel? You've made it look like I've gained subs, but I haven't." So that's fake sub allegation part 2. Now, luckily, this never got through with anybody, because nobody suspected me of using fake subs. So I said, can you please do me a huge favor and get rid of the 30-something fake fucking subs? And he did. And then, all of a sudden, the YouTube glitch occurred.
Oh, yeah, the purge?
No, that was the 2015 purge. 2015
Oh,
purge.
yeah, okay.
And then I was like, I lost 50 subs. I remember I was at 250. No.
Well,
I was at 450, and I dropped to 400. And I was like, oh, Jaden703, you, my friend, you have ruined your relationship with Lewis, and the fact that you came running to me afterwards was the biggest mistake of my life.
His life.
So, yeah. I've gone through, and for all the people who are listening right now, I've gone through so much bullshit with people on this thing called the internet. It is ridiculous.
But
and don't trust anybody. I'm not even going to
That will have to wait for our episode on the community. This has been the Related podcast with 45 minutes, and that's our brief history of, not so brief, but that's been it.
Can I say one little thing?
Why don't you say one thing?
Anybody.
We really didn't conclude this shit about Torey.
We never even got to 2016 thoughts, so we'll have to do that for a different one.
Yeah. So let's do that in the next podcast. But I'm Nathan.
I'm Torey.
And I'm Lewis, and this has been the Related podcast.